Hi guys, welcome to the Man United Agenda. We are back. This is the post-match show, a reaction to what we just seen, what we've witnessed. Manchester United 2, Rangers 1. And I just want to credit Bath Time, who's not here, and Mr. B, because they got the scores right yesterday when we done the predictions. Both said 2-1.
Shit. Oh my God.
How did you know? How did you know? What's going on there, man? Jesus Christ.
I knew exactly what was going to happen in the game. If you had wanted me to say that Bruno was going to score the last minute winner, you know what score predictions are like, but man. It's all fluke, man. I'm sure that's the first one I've got right for the whole season. I'm just glad we won. I'm just glad we won, man.
For sure. I mean, when they equalised, obviously we were sort of thinking it's doom and gloom, and they showed the league table. I do like this format. We were talking yesterday about the format.
Love it.
Of this league. It is exciting, isn't it, to see where you're at, and things can change. So it shows you have to be going for a win at all times. In the group stage of 4, you can get away with a draw. It doesn't really matter, but this one really matters. So welcome to everyone on TikTok. We're watching on TikTok live right now, guys. And guys on YouTube, welcome as well. I'm going to come say hello to a few heads. Got the typical, we should have a little jingle for this. It's andrewsratings.com. Something like that. Andrew, thanks again for coming with the ratings. As you can see there, I always look for anything under 5 because 5 is average. And it's only Bruno, I believe. He's given a 4. And Rasmus as well.
Sorry?
Sorry? 3 as well. So Bruno, do you want to say something about that? Because you were just saying.
Oh, listen, man, Andrew, listen, I'm not interested in Andrew's fucking bullshit today, bro. Honestly, I'm not. I'm not having Bruno as a 4. Just take that fucking score down, man. That's some bullshit going on there, man.
He's trying to push buttons.
Yeah, well, he pushed mine.
Yeah. All right. Let's say hello to big up to Ryan Giggles. He says Harry Maguire is going to need to wake up in future, no doubt about it. Big mistake by Maguire tonight. I'm sure you guys will bring it up. Oh, look at this. Yabba will tell us it wasn't his fault, says Andrew Williams. Was saying it bloody awful when he came on, not just the goal. Ryan saying here, Harry Maguire's become too comfortable, can't stand his lackluster performances. Bilal, how you doing? He says, Ryan, you get banned with a fake account. Obviously, Ryan's coming with a fake account today. Big up to Papa Bear Graham. He's a good friend of mine from TikTok who's come over. So everyone make him feel welcome. Graham's a great music lover and a football fan, first of all. So big up to you, Graham. It's lovely to see you in the house. And also lovely to see my favourite person. That's Christine Howley. How you doing, Christine? Nice to see you. To see you nice. She's giving a little X and right back at you, dear. We do a little, in the mornings, we do a little message thing where we try to use quotes of a song just in a message, It's you know what you do, silly when you're in a relationship, you silly things like that. But yeah, it's great fun. Big up, Christine.
It's not silly. It's not silly. Yo, there's a lot of newbies. I hope you can big up all of the newbies.
Well, definitely. Thanks for tuning in. That's what I'm saying. If you're coming from TikTok, guys, just give us a shout. And if you enjoyed the game, put your comments out there, and I will try to read them out. Big up to Angel. Angel saying, "Hell, Lord Maguire. He has just set it up for a late Bruno." Yeah, that's what that's Maguire. Farn 1994 says we were poor. We have to look at the opposition. Are Rangers really that bad? I said they were. Elite Baller, how you doing? He says hi, Randy. Bandy, I don't know what that means, but big up. A few stats here from Andrew as well. And this, I love this comment here. Elite Baller, you know your stuff, because you're saying here, how sexy was Martinez's cross for the Reds? Obviously, he scored a great goal recently, Martinez, and he got forward today and delivered a lovely cross on a sixpence for Bruno to slot home. What a great finish that was. I want to say big up to Aces as well. This is Southgate football from United. Oh, you Southgate in disguise. No, it's Amaran, and he's not. He's better than that. Trevor Fever, how you doing, man? Hope you recovered. And flu season's over for you. Oi United, he's saying there, and obviously he's standing by something that represents the club. 1958 Munich clock. Obviously means a lot to us. Big up to Subvids as well. He's saying good evening, Subvids. How are you? Big up to We Deserve Better. He says good evening. What a lovely twosome. Lovely to see you. That's me, Yabba, and Mr. B. I'm posting an X too. Well, that's straight right back at you, man. An X for love, not for execution. We've got John Lowry in the house as well. How you doing? He said, good evening, Yabba and Mr. B. God, I missed having two strikers. He's old school, isn't he? He's an old school. You can tell he's old school by saying things like that. Ganacho's finishing was lackluster today. Was lacking today, says Chiku as well. All these topics we will discuss. Finally, we'll say hi to Tyrone, who was in this chat and was actually on the show last night and decided to disappear. Wi-Fi technical problems. That happens. And don't forget, you guys are always welcome to come on the show. All right, Mr. B, we didn't get the lineup right. None of us did, I don't think. But what did you think about the lineup today? Because obviously there's a few absentees.
I was surprised by a couple of the omissions, Kobe and Ogate. I'm glad that Collier got his start.
Yeah,
I actually think Bruno probably plays better for the team, slightly deeper maybe. I thought Ericsson, him and Ahmad linked up really well.
Ericsson started.
Ericsson started.
You guys had him in your team yesterday.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't put him in. You had him in. I think
you had him
deeper.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, look, you had him in the team, so I mean, you obviously had that maybe foresight. But yeah, I'm glad Xerxes started. He wasn't great, but Xerxes. He needed to be that end of it, but I didn't think he was that bad today, so I'm glad that he started. As I said, I was surprised by the amount of changes that he made. I was surprised that Maguire didn't start just because he was in the press conference and did the whole talk, but maybe he brought Maguire out to talk about him being a leader as well and him wanting to take responsibility.
Just quickly, Mr. B, when you saw the lineup, because obviously an hour before the game, I checked. I'm like looking at the lineup. My natural thought was, oh, that's a strong squad. It's a strong first team. Did you think the same? Did you think, oh, that's a strong team?
I'm not going to say I thought it was strong, but I wasn't disappointed with the changes that were made. We could have gone stronger. I'm probably glad we didn't go stronger, but it's now giving him maybe food for thought. What I want to do, ask you though, and the guys in the chat. Obviously, he had his rant, and after rant, you tend to want to make changes. If that was a league game, do you think those changes would have been made? Because I know they were talking on the TV about him making the changes because obviously blah what happened. But do you think that he would have made those changes if it was a league game?
Well, I don't know who he's ranting at for starters. I don't know who he's upset with. He might have an idea of someone who's really messing them around. We don't know. We're not aware of. So I think we would know that by who's dropped. We saw Rashford in the stands today, not on the bench, not on the squad bench or anything like that. In the box with dressed in his best gear and everything, and probably with his Mrs. Grace somewhere. And he's definitely out of the rankings. What surprised me, he's ranting. And with all the news, the transfer news going on right now, Garnacho started. So that suggests to me that it's not a window to say, look at me perform, because people know what Garnacho's about. That says to me that he wants to keep him at the club. You wouldn't play him otherwise. Casemiro's not playing. Rashford's not playing. These are guys not at the club.
Yeah, but he's still our player. Yeah, but even if he was getting sold tomorrow, he's still our player. I understand, but he's still a United player. I mean, it could be. You could be right. You could be right. You probably are right that the fact that he does want to keep him. But if Garnacho's head's been turned one, obviously that could be a major issue. I mean, look, the one thing we need in our team is pace. And the one thing that Garnacho had, he was an outlet today. All right, I still think that we can get better in his position for less money. I'm convinced of that. Just go by the miss that he had where the ball got crossed to him and he controlled it with his right and hit it with his left and hit the post. Yeah. I think he should have scored that, So there's still parts of his game, and maybe this is me just being, I'm not saying I'm anti-Garnacho, but maybe I look at his faults because I feel that he should be leaving rather than the positive side, the fact that he picked up the ball, he was driving at the players, he was always confident, he always wanted the football. But when you're in those clutch moments, to me, you need to put those away. You know, so that's more where I'm going on it. But I thought Garnacho played. He was a great outlet today.
Just getting a feel from the comments. I think the main talking points here. Collier. We're going to talk about Collier today. We're going to talk about Garnacho. Obviously, he started. Do you want him to leave? Do you think he performed well? Is this someone we can play with? You heard what Mr. B had to say about that. And also, there's some comments here about Xerxes. It's up and down, week in, week out. Every day, the voice changes about how they feel about him. Today, they're saying there's a few doubts about Xerxes' performance. Just so I'll give you an idea what we mean. This one from Elite Baller, he's saying, leave Xerxes alone. He connects the play between the midfield and attack, and Haaland could never do that. Different players for sure, but they've got different qualities. And that is definitely part of his qualities there, connecting the ball. So there's 3 topics we can touch on today. Feel free to keep the comments coming in. I'm just going to go through a few, Mr. B. You were just talking Garnacho. We're going to stay on that topic for a minute. But Elite Board is saying Garnacho was good tonight, but if his sell freezes up to over 100 million to play, then I would sell him. Ericsson was class as Andrew Williams.
He's good today.
We've got I felt Ahmad was doing a Rashford tonight. He needed better decision making and needed to find Xerxes. This is from We Deserve Better. Is he getting too big with boots?
I mean, that was I tell you, I thought that was harsh. I thought Ahmad did all right today.
What's he mean by that? By saying, well, I think I'm going to ask Mr. B. We Deserve Better. What do you think We Deserve Better means by saying doing a Rashford tonight?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm waiting for the follow up comment because.
All right. I want to say hi to Farn 1994. Great year. What did Garnacho do really? There you go. Ahmad, sorry, we just touched on that. V in the house. How you doing, V? Good to see you. I don't normally agree with Andy, Mr. B, but apart from the winning goal, Fernandez was poor. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So there's more talking. I mean, look, are we going to
red?
Are we going to bump heads tonight? There's a few comments that are really sort of riding us up. Collier was decent, but I think Casemiro would have done much better today. Casemiro got very good at creative passes. Collier lacks that as well. All right,
but the one thing.
Do Garnacho. Let's go. Let's do Garnacho. Wind that up. Let's talk Collier as well because everyone was talking. Oh, he's got to play. He's got to play. He started today. We want to set his performance. Firstly, but just elaborate on what you're saying there about Garnacho. I mean, is it the position? Why did he start today, Mr. B, when he's supposed to be getting sold? And there's all this speculation. Do you want him to stay? Because you said recently you weren't too keen. If the money's right, the price is right, you'd sell him.
I would still sell him. He had a clutch moment today where he was in front of goal and didn't score. This level, if you want to be, I understand he's young, but I just feel that he should have scored. He should have scored that chance. He shouldn't be missing the target. In regards to him playing, as I said already, he's a Man United player. He's still a Man United player. If they want him,
so is Casemiro and Rashford.
Yeah, but Rashford talks too much, so Rashford's done. Casemiro is too slow. He has the passing. He has the experience, but his legs are gone. And in this formation, you need a man, especially in a 2, you need players who can get up, down, left, right. Casemiro doesn't do that. And even in a 3, when he was playing, he was still lunging in because he was still late. So in a 2, we've got absolutely no chance. So I understand why Casemiro's not playing. I understand why Rashford's not playing. And I understand why Garnacho played.
So that's your reason about Garnacho then, that you're saying he's still at the club, that's why he's playing. Everyone's like, I think as We Deserve Better said, he's glad he started today. It seems like people it's 50-50 about whether they want him to go or whether they want him to
you?
Stay. Well, like I said, I've said from the start, I want him to stay. And I'm glad he played today because it sends out a signal to say to all the fans, say, look, Garnacho's starting. He's rotating. He's a good player for us. He starts, I mean, look at the data last year. He started a lot of games for us, 34 games, I think it was, or played 34 games for us last season. And this season as well, he's played the majority of games. So he's still an asset. Big up to Overhead Kick. How you doing? So that's Garnacho. Any more talking Garnacho? I will touch on it. But let's talk Collier because everyone wanted Collier in the squad, in the first team. Everyone's fed up with Casemiro. They say Collier's a young guy. He's got an engine. He gets up and down the pitch. But already there's a bit of negativity in the comments because someone said earlier, I can't remember who it was, about comparing it to Casemiro, Casemiro's got a better passing range, and we missed that today. What did Collier offer you today, Mr. B? You watched him. He started the game. Did he shine for you? Because I saw him.
I'm gonna say he shone, but bruv, have you seen? He's so quick, like really, really quick. There was a couple of times where they broke and he tracked back, and we broke and he went forward, covering ground. I mean, his gait is long, isn't it? He ain't got little short legs. He's got, he covers ground, man. I think there's definitely a player in there for us.
Yeah.
Obviously there's going to be limitations to his game, but I will gladly take Collier in the squad. Young players tend to listen to instructions.
Yeah,
that's what I like. You know, his mind isn't set, his mind's pure in it. So he's going to be soaking in the information. And guess what? He wants to impress his manager. So I think there's a lot. I'm not saying, I don't mean there's a lot of improvement in his game, because he doesn't, there's a lot that he needs to do. But I think at his age, I mean, he's 22. He's ready. I think Collier is ready to be starting games for Man United. I'm glad that he played, and I can't fault anything that he did today.
Okay, so he's got a start today. V saying here, Toby Collier's mobility is superb, as Mr. B was stating there about what do you call him? What do you say about his sprinting?
His gait, innit? They're saying his gait. His gait is long. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that. That's a good way to sort of assess a player's how he gets across the ground. Any more about Collier here? Yeah, here we go. V again saying Collier is the modern day James Milner. I love him. Here we go. Elite baller describing Collier. Collier is tenacious, combative, gives his all and plays it simple.
And I think that's what I like. He plays it simple, but it's not. You see, when Agate plays it simple, he plays it sideways.
Yeah.
Collier will actually look for a forward pass. He did that. I thought he did that not too bad today.
Should play Collier more often, says Simon Warner. You'll definitely give him more confidence. Collier, effective squad player. Very quick, says Mitesh. How you doing, Mitesh? Welcome to the show. I want to say welcome as well to Chiku. Says, I don't know. What's that mean, NGL?
Not going to lie.
Why do people just be honest?
I know.
You are a liar. When you say that, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Makes you think that you lie. This time I'm not lying. But it says not going to lie. I think we were getting overexcited about Garnacho and Collier, even Ericsson as well. Tyrone saying here, I only saw one occasion where Collier made a poor pass, but that was down to his tiredness, not quality. Does he get tired? Does he actually get tired? I should tell you a quick story. Did you spoke to Solo recently, Mr. B?
Oh, yesterday I think I had a hard.
He told me he did a beat test and absolutely smashed it. He goes.
I remember he was worried. Remember the time he used to speak about me? I said, "Bro, you're skinny like this. Your legs are long like this. Don't worry about no beat test." I'm glad. I'm good. I'm glad he smashed it. I'm glad.
So, I mean, if he's doing well, I think Collier would be great at beat tests as well. I just want to say this. There was a moment in the first half where Rangers had a good opportunity to score. They got in a goal, and the guy just kind of stumbled a little bit. Do you remember that when he was played through?
Yeah,
that was from Collier. Collier picked up the ball.
Gave the ball away.
And he got surrounded. They pounced on him, pinched the ball, and they should have scored. Rangers should have scored from that. So from there, I felt, should Collier be asking for the ball in those sort of areas if he's not going to be scanning beforehand to make sure? Because 3 guys converged on him and he gave the ball away.
Yeah, but then if 3 guys converged on him, should the person have played the pass to him?
Should you demand the ball? I don't know. We'll have to look back at that. But that clearly, if they would have scored from that, Collier would have been highlighted to say we gave the ball away. When you're in those positions, you play the way you're facing, a one-touch pass or something, just get rid of it. I think he held on to it a bit too long, or got a touch which went away from him, and they pinched him right there. So Collier would succeed at Man United, says Tyrone. The Old Trafford crowd showed him great support as well. So that's here we go. One more from We Deserve Better. I need to see more from Collier against tougher opposition,
which is fair.
For sure. And here we go. I'm fine as saying 1994, saying Collier is going to be a class player. What's his best position?
Where he played.
I think it's
going to be where he played. Yeah.
Do you think he's holding back from making these forward runs? I think he was.
Because he can't make. You got to remember, with a 2,
Yeah.
You have to be you have to choose your moment to go. And if you get it wrong, you've put your team in a lot of shit. So the fact that he wasn't, there was times when he did go, but geez, man, I just love his tracking back, bruv. He's rapid, really, really quick.
Okay, so it's thumbs up for Corley's performance today. We wanted to see him start. He started today, and it was steady performance. Guys in the comments, you've also brought up the Zerch. Let's talk Harry Maguire. Let's get this out of the way. De Ligt started the first half, and we've got a comment here. Simon saying the De Ligt goal, in my opinion, should have stood. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Crazy. I still, even looking at the replay, bruv, he just bumped into the back of the player. He wasn't running to him on purpose. He didn't push him in the back. The player just fell on the floor. Yeah. So the fact that it wasn't given, I was pissed. I'll be honest. I was pissed. But you can see that they've been working on free kicks. You can see that set piece part of it. Yeah. That you can actually see now that things are starting to work. It doesn't look so erratic with what they're doing. Yes, it looks like it's a copy of Liverpool did it first and then Arsenal. But at the same time, if that's what's working, copy it, get lost. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not into this, something works, it is what it is, So yeah, the fact that they look like they've been concentrating on set pieces more seems to be a good situation for us.
So Andrew's saying here our set pieces were miles better today. It's something we need to improve on, no doubt. Saying Amos deliveries were Shakespeare-esque, or Saka-esque, which is good with his left foot as well. Rangers defender pushed De Ligt into proper also. I think so. Yeah, I when I looked at the replay, I said, "What's really gone on here?" It's hardly got there is contact. You can touch people, but it wasn't like a shove or a push where someone's going to drop. I think the guy just fell down, and the referee fell for it. Why shouldn't they overturn decisions like that, or is that undermining the referee?
No, what they were saying was there wasn't enough. If the referee had given the goal, maybe they would have given it because there wasn't enough doubt. But I guarantee you, if the referee had given that goal, those people involved would have disallowed the goal. They would have disallowed the goal. Right. I'm convinced they would have done.
Can we say hi to Kieran, everyone? How you doing, Kieran? He says that decision was laughable. What are you supposed to do off a corner? Everyone's arms everywhere. It's true. Yeah. It's true. That needs to be looked at. I was disappointed by that. And it would be nice for De Ligt to get a goal because you can see his reaction. He was buzzing, wasn't he, Mr. B?
He was over the moon.
And there's no hesitation, was there? Because they're all involved. He wasn't hesitant looking around thinking, is it going to be called off? He ran away thinking, legit goal.
He's done his job, yeah. And then a lot of them did. Nobody knew why. Even, it was, I thought that was a soft, I think it was a soft decision to disallow the goal.
Some vids are saying, nice crosses today as well. Happy with that. Maguire, schoolboy error, almost cost us 3 points. Had the captain not saved his blushes. By the way, both are tripe captains. De Ligt, how do you think De Ligt played, Mr. B? Like, because he played the centre of the three. Some of you've wanted to see him play. We're going to assess De Ligt and Maguire's performances. Are they fighting for the same position here? Because
which is fine. I have no problem. I mean, what either of them do will play left. So I think we probably need team balance. We probably need that left-sided third defender to cover Martinez. Yeah. But I want Euro to get games. So if it means that Maguire and De Ligt are fighting for that position, then fine. De Ligt can play right of it. Maguire can't. Maguire can only play in one position. But I have no problem. I have no problem who plays, who rotates. I cuss Maguire for the goal, but why did De Ligt come off? Was that it for the sub to be made at halftime? I'm assuming it was injury. Is that right?
I've got no idea, to be honest. At halftime, I went in the kitchen. I didn't hear anything. I didn't know if I just came straight up.
Yeah, I don't think they said. To be fair, normally if I'm doing a watch on the volume down, but I don't think anybody actually said whether he was injured. Yeah. So I'm going to assume maybe he was giving them both 45 each because they're both going to be playing against Brighton on Saturday. But
Fulham.
Fulham on Saturday. Maybe, and I don't know. It was a weird one to make the sub on 45 minutes. I thought.
Before I go to the comments, let's just touch on Maguire then. So Maguire's come on in the second half. I mean, the major talking. Are there any other talking points apart from the mistake that he made?
The header that.
Yeah.
The header. I thought that was in. I thought he had scored that one. To be fair, normally, Maguire in that position, I expect the net to bulge, and obviously, the error for the goal.
What happened there then? What do you think went on with that?
That's a Maguireism. I think I just think he's got. I just think he's got that in him, Yabba.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just think that he's got it in him. His feet were all over the place. I don't know. To me, I don't understand how he just doesn't header it the first time, and if he doesn't, be in a position to cover what he did, taking away nothing from the guy's first touch and his finish. But Maguire should have done. That's 100% Maguire's fault for that goal. Are you going to disagree, or?
Well, you always expect Maguire to win those headers, and he usually does when he's up against someone. But it was a free header. It was up in the sky. Maybe the floodlights got in his eye or something. I don't know. I'm not making excuses, but that was a mistake. It was clearly a mistake. You expect any defender to read that and head it clear into safety or something like that, but he misread it, and then it was too late. The guy brought it down and shot with his left foot and scored a decent goal. It was really good. But apart from that, I don't think Maguire did anything particularly wrong in the game, but that will be highlighted. And I think at this stage, we've got to scrutinise everything. So Maguire will get deducted some points for that. He will, for him playing so well recently, that's going to be a bit of a blip on his recent good performances. So Maguire, up your standards if you don't mind. A few comments on this. Just Mitesh is in the house. He's saying, I think selling Delo for a wing back makes more sense in the summer. And going back to original comments, this is what we deserve better said. Maguire's scoreboard error almost cost us 3 points had not our captain stepped up. Talking about the other defender, we don't really talk about because he's not under fire at the moment. He's had a run of a good few games. He scored a goal. He had an assist as well. And this is a guy who was really, there was a big question mark about him at the club. Martinez. Ryan saying here deliveries were excellent from him. So out of three defenders, we're not really talking much about Martinez at the moment. Delete was Roby, Andrew Williams coming out the line and leaving gaps. So this is where
I think that's an instruction. I'm convinced. I'm convinced that is an instruction that he wants one of the three defenders to get out and try and press whoever. I'm convinced because the fact that when Maguire plays, Maguire does it. Yoro will do it and Martinez will do it. Obviously not all together. I'm convinced that that's a team instruction.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. We see it a lot, especially the middleman. They get ahead of the wide defenders during the build-up, don't they? And sort of come into a sort of midfield role, and the other two sit back behind them. This is during the build-up for the play. So I can see what you're saying there, Andrew. But Delit was ropey, said coming out of the line and leaving gaps again. Which were they exploited? I'm not sure, but it does seem to be like a tactical thing for the manager. There's loads of comments here about the defenders. Yoro did well tonight, and so did Delit, so they're getting thumbs up from Ryan. Elite Ballers saying here, Martinez shots, passes, and crosses are underrated. Can't be too harsh.
He a cracker. He a sweet left footer as well. That the goalie tipped that button and tipped over the bar.
Oh yeah, true. Remember that. And also when he sort of plays these sort of no-look passes into feet, like pings them into feet when he's on during build-up. Really class left foot. Kieran saying here, I'm not going to go in on Maguire. He's done well for us in the last few games. It happened. We move on. Yoro's injured apparently. I don't know how true that is. We did a better saying Martinez's shot was lovely. A blip at the goalkeeper. And the assist for the goal was just lovely as well. So kudos to Martinez. For me, the biggest problem was seemingly the lack of IQ from many players when attacking. So many times we had space to exploit with a diagonal run, but they didn't take it. Ericsson was the main culprit. Okay, interesting. That we'll come on to that. We talk defence at the moment. We come on to that because a few things I want to say. Andrew saying here, Maguire has just had his hands all over the player. Everything he is called to defend. Everything he was called
every
to
time.
defend.
I think that's every time.
Maguire should have scored, as Mr. B was saying, poor execution of header. Error for the goal is a lack of effort and concentration, as per usual. Maguire was unfortunate, perhaps. I hope he doesn't lose confidence again. Excuse me. Should have kept Maguire on the bench. He came close, though, to getting us a second goal. Simon Warner. But Maguire's best assets are his defensive headers and long diagonal balls. Weakness, speed, agility, turning, and general. What do you call it, Maguire? What do you call it,
Maguireism?
Maguireisms. Okay. And Ryan saying Maguire always looked to the referee when he F's up. All right. We talked about the defenders. Let's talk about what was said here about when we're going forward. This is because obviously, look, we didn't look. It took us a while to get into the game. We didn't cut them open, but there's a couple of times in the first half we had a little 1-2s and played around the corners, and nice intricate play in their final third, which gave us opportunities. But Chiku's saying here the biggest problem for him was a lack of IQs that many players when they're attacking. So many times we had the space to exploit with a diagonal run or something, but they don't take it. And Eriksen was the main culprit.
I mean, there you go, Chiku. You've answered your own question. You said diagonal runs, and Eriksen was them. Bruv, Eriksen's game's not about making diagonal runs. His game is playing the player who's making the diagonal runs. So you blaming Eriksen for not making the diagonal. Eriksen's legs don't do diagonal runs. He wouldn't have been able to play the whole game, or as much as he did, making diagonal runs. So I will beg to differ on that. I do feel that maybe players could have gone past Xerxes a little bit more, in more determination, maybe fashion. But at the same time, I think they were fine.
What about the play, the sort of patterns of play? Did you see anything that impressed you to break the team down? How are we moving, like in the final third?
The only thing I keep seeing is that area that Bruno picks up the ball. There's an area inside the 6-yard box where if the ball's getting crossed either side, I said I'll go back to when Mount played. When Mount played, he had 4 opportunities in, I think it was 3 games in that specific position. That's something that I feel that the club or Amarin is now working on the players to do. But it needs a left-sided player on the left side to get the ball back. If you see what I mean, because the crosses, Garnacho's crosses and Dallow's crosses, they're not confident because it's not with their right foot. So if he gets a left footer on that side, I think we kill teams more. So there's little bits and pieces that I've seen. And I said, obviously, one of the defenders coming out. So there's certain patterns that I've seen. It's just defensively the part that I worry about. And to be fair, Ahmad, we need 2 Ahmads. Let's be honest. We need one to play in the 10 and one to play, because his defensive work, I'm sorry, man. His defensive work is frightening. Yeah. He gets back, and that's what Amarin wants. He wants an attacking player, but who will do the defensive work. And that's what I'm saying. Having 2 defenders playing, Dallow and Mazraoui playing there, is all right when we're playing maybe the Liverpools, but when we're playing, I say the Liverpool, we're playing a lot of teams at the moment, but I think ideally he wants that person to be an Ahmad, where Ahmad played. I mean, he's played. Nobody's talking about Ahmad not lasting 90 minutes now.
Yeah. That was a big shout, wasn't it? A few years ago, they were saying he couldn't last, but fair. Kudos to him. All right, so you think this is why we're looking for a left-footed wing back at the
100%. I'm convinced. I'm
convinced.
Open
things up and create.
Convinced.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense what you said there. I do. I was trying to visualize when you were talking about it. It does. Yeah, it would work because we do get in good positions in those areas.
On that side, if you think where Garnacho is and where Dallow were today, and the fact that the crosses, they're not confident crosses. They're more, let me make sure that I make contact. Whereas, they're not whipping the ball around. So that's the part of it that I just feel that that's gonna come, but. So we'll have to wait and see, man. We'll have to wait and see.
So obviously with the goal, so we scored a goal, it was our own goal in the end, but it came once again. We had a threat from the set piece corner with the De Ligt goal, which was disallowed. Then we had Maguire who missed a sort of sitter of a header from a corner, and then we scored from a corner indirectly. Even though it was Butland. Thanks a lot, Butland. Thanks.
He did that on Honor, man. He did that on. It's about.
Butland was on our books, wasn't he, recently? he's done well to go to Rangers and get first team football there. But yeah, what happened there? I mean,
it's just an error. It's just one of those things. I mean, it's not like he punched backwards. He actually went to punch forwards, and it's just one of those things. I'm glad it happened. I'm glad it's happening to other teams because we get that done to us every 2 games at the moment. So
really fortunate. Was it a fortunate? Do you think about it? There was a comment there saying we had 70% of play. Were we the better team? Did we deserve that? Did you deserve to win the game?
I think we deserve to win the game. I don't think Rangers showed what I expected them to show. To be fair, I didn't expect like yesterday. I want to talk them up in it because I couldn't poo them like you did yesterday. But yeah, Scottish football is shit, and they're second or third in Scotland, so we should say wiping the floor with them, but we should be beating them. We got the result. All right, we'll talk about the late winner. We got the result, but yeah, there's bigger fish to fry. You can only beat what's in front of you, and that's what we did today. So
anyone stand out for you when you're watching Rangers? I mean, I did poo them yesterday, but I must say I was pretty impressed. They had like 3 or 4 youngsters on the pitch as well, and their strikers. The one who scored the goal is a good finish. He's got a good record, isn't he? 14 goals in 16 games or something.
Yeah.
And their main striker, the one is good runner, big and strong. They're not a bad side. And as Tyron's saying here, we touched him yesterday. They're right back. They're Trent, Rangers style Trent player.
Oh, that's Tavernier got
Tavernier
what do you think
guy. Of him? What did you think of him today?
He's all right. He's just I don't see anything that Rangers. Maybe I'm just being biased, but I didn't really see any Rangers players who I'd think, I'm not saying he would do a job for United, but who I thought stood out or who I thought was impressive. They were just a mere team. I didn't think there was anything special about any of their players. As I said, the goal I thought was brilliant. I just thought that was a great touch and finish, but there wasn't really much. I don't think. Maybe as I said, maybe that's just me with my red blinkered glasses on.
All right, let's talk about the winning goal. Obviously, it looked like it was going to be a draw, but late on, we got Martinez picking up the ball in the half space, and what a delivery that was. And Bruno, he got
poor
the
defending.
blind side of the defender.
I think that was poor defending, Yabba.
By the Rangers player, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, good finish, great run, great pass, great ball. But as a defender, if you can see the ball coming over all that way and you still make the man come from the outside, and Bruno's not fast, so I don't know, that defender must have been on treacle. Him to have come past and scored, I think that's a defensive error, to be fair. Great ball, great finish, not taking anywhere away from the finish, but me looking at it, if you want to look at it harshly, I thought it was a defensive error.
Wow. I agree with you. I think you got to be like, once again, you look at the ball, you look at the man as well, and he let him get inside of him and him sleeping a little bit. Just a split second, you switch off, and at that level, you can go and score. But it just shows a lot of character. I think Bruno was dictating most of the game. I felt. I think he's a very good player for us. We have to give him credit, and I know he gets a lot of stick, but he does.
You think he plays different? You think he plays different when he plays in the 2?
Was he? Correct me on this. Was he playing in the 2?
He played in the 2 because it was Ericsson. Yeah, he played. It was him and Collier who started. Yeah, Collier and Bruno in the 2.
Collier, yeah. Okay.
And then it was Ericsson and Garnacho ahead. I mean,
I noticed Ericsson playing up. That's what I was going to ask you.
Ericsson played up. Ericsson played further up. I mean, I think he changes his game. He tries to keep his game more simple.
Yeah.
If he played like that as in the 10 and made sure that he didn't waste the passes, I think he'd be a better player.
Right.
Just have that mindset, because if you see, he made sure when he was in that 2 that he didn't really give the. It's only towards the end when he started trying to go Doc Hollywood when he was looking for something. Yeah. But if he just kept it simple, in the 10, I think he'd be a better player for us.
I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with him today. He looked the class act on.
I thought he was good. I actually thought he was really, really. That's why I said that was. what Andrew was saying, I just feel that. I mean, look, everybody has a different opinion on football. I just thought Bruno was one of our better players today.
Yeah, definitely a man of match performance from me. Andrew is saying here, Bruno was in a good position and was composed. Not easy. You could forget that anywhere, as we saw with
Anthony,
a chance. Yeah,
and Anthony last week. Yeah,
exactly. It's not an easy place to score. Bruno, respect to Bruno for the winner, says Tyrone. Saved us again. Thank you, Bruno. We'll say big up to Matty Bassett. How you doing, Matty? Nice to see you, man. He's giving us a fist pump. Martinez was shocked it arrived so precise. I don't think so. He's good at that, isn't he? Simon Warner saying here we were 9th place firstly, then 4th, go back to 9th. So we can thank Bruno for saving our blushes. Kieran saying here, I hate the criticism Bruno gets sometimes. He shows passion. What else about Bruno? Yeah, Bruno's a talent, but disciplined. They're saying there, and keep it.
Do you know what? That's actually a good point. Really, Bruno's a talent but lacks discipline. That's actually Bruno in a nutshell. To be fair.
Elite Baller saying here finally, Bruno got sent off 3 times this season. He was good today, bad versus Brighton, bad versus Liverpool and Arsenal, but crap before those. Oh, sorry, good versus Liverpool and Arsenal, but crap before those games. All right, guys. How many big goals Bruno score? Yeah, he does certainly. All right, guys. We've almost qualified, haven't we? I think we.
It's not almost qualified. We're in the top 8. We can't fall out.
We can't fall out.
Nope. No, the job has now been done. So whether or not he decides, as I said, it's weird. I don't know how this top 8's going to work and who we're going to get.
Yeah.
So if he wants to go weak in the next game, not say weak, but rest a few players, I have no problem with that. The job has now been done. We can afford to go easy in the next. Is it next?
Mr. B.
Is it next week? Yeah, next week.
B.
Yeah.
Have you seen anyone in the top 8 that you think?
No. My mind. No.
Bilbao.
I don't care. No, nothing. Don't care. Don't care.
Right. No one really worries you.
Tottenham aren't beating us 3 times in a season.
Yeah.
There's no way that Tottenham beat us 3 times in a season, bruv. So no, I'm still convinced. Okay. I'm still convinced that is our best way of silverware. And if the perk of it, the bonus of it is getting into the Champions League, then I'm taking it.
Yeah, for sure. Galatasaray I want to avoid. Yeah, going there is not easy, is it? Lazio, interesting side, aren't they? Could you name any of their players this year? I'm not sure. Yeah, 9th is 2 points behind us. Oh, so we can fall out, says Grace there. Bilbao got slapped by Oliball. Is that right?
Thanks for that, Grace. Yeah. 4-1, yes, Besiktas beat them yesterday, innit?
Oh, wow. In the Europa League?
Yeah, it was Europa League. It wasn't it was a Wednesday game, but maybe there was other games in Spain or whatever, however they do it. So yeah.
But there you go, guys. It's a nice victory for Man United. We'll be back tomorrow, no doubt, because the games continue to come. We got Fulham at the weekend. Probably be doing a preview tomorrow night. Maybe a show in the morning as well. So look out for that. Mr. B, have you got your custard and pudding ready?
No, I had Chinese and before the game, bruv. My stomach, I tell you, my stomach's out here. If I can't even look at cake and custard tonight, boy.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. B, for joining us. We're going to sign out now. Lack a notch from me, guys.
Like a notch from me.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.